In this video, we're going to talk about the right way to capture leads after 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. here means when your business shuts down. So typically your staff will go home at some point and you'll still be getting in calls. What do you do? How do you qualify those leads? How do you know those leads or those phone calls are actual leads and not spam or people trying to sell you something? So how many are you actually losing? There's a way to calculate this, and there's a positioning that you want your business to have just in case you get actual customers calling after your business is shut. So missed calls are not actually lost leads. So what's happening after hours? Are these calls actually genuine inquiries? How do you recover them? What do you do to qualify them? And how do you get them booked even without you being in the office? Now, the workflow to take would be when a missed call comes in, or when a call comes in and it's missed, you want to automate a response to that number. So send a text message. You can call them back using an AI voice agent. You capture their intent. So the text you send could be, okay, how can I help you? What do you need? This is what we do. Is this what you really wanted? X, Y, Z. And then based on the reply, you can then decide if A, they're urgent and you can call them back straight away. B, they can wait till the morning. Or C, you just add them to your nurturing database so that you can send them more information and help them out in case that's something that's required, or they might become customers further down the line. But the key thing is that perhaps you're the first person to respond to them even after hours and you offer some help. You can provide information, emergency contact details, or other numbers they can call in order to get help at the time they've called. And then the final thing you want to do is add them to your CRM so you have a record and a way of adding them to your campaign and your workflows. So you preserve that opportunity and you're able to respond to them later and sell them something at a later date. This is about keeping your business running even when you're not in the office. So as an example, if you get a phone call, like there's a screenshot of a phone that's received a text message. What can we do? So we've got tools like VAPI, which is a voice agent that can call back, so answer the call and then provide all of the information that a human would provide. Yes, we provide that sort of service. We also have provide solutions with tools like Twilio, and these tools are able to send WhatsApp messages to the number that called, send a text message to that number that called, and even reroute the number to a human via AI. So depending on what your business does, on what information your business needs in order to serve a client, you can add them into a workflow that would take them through something like a form via SMS, and the client may not know they're actually completing a form, but you're using that form, that information to pre-qualify them. So you might want to ask them, what's your postcode or your county, so that you can get an idea as to whether they're actually from the area that your business serves and whether they are a qualified customer. You might want to ask, okay, if you're an estate agent, are you looking to buy or sell? Are you looking for a letting? Is there a problem at the property that you need emergency services for? Do I want to route this request to a handyman or an engineer that can go out and fix the property? So the options are effectively endless. It would all have to fit in with the way your business works. So the key thing is at night, that might be what happens. The call comes in or text message comes in, you handle that using your automation or AI. But by the morning, there needs to be something in place to make sure that that customer is not left hanging. So it's not just about handing over the transcript and leaving it at that. You want to use the AI, and we have AI that does this to assess the transaction, assess the session, and then provide some guidelines as to what the person who picks this up first thing in the morning ought to do. You can automate this entire process, or you can just get somebody to look at a summary of what happened overnight and give them an idea as to whom to call immediately, or people to leave in the database, and then put those people in your database through your email campaign. So there is some calculation you can do in order to work out if a lead is worth pursuing or not, or the cost of not having a system in place if you don't keep track of the calls that are coming in. So as an example, you want to have a system that tells you how many calls came in, how many of those were actual genuine inquiries, how many of those genuine inquiries actually qualify for what would give you some profit, and then down the line you want to also have information as to how many of those calls that came in after 5 p.m. were genuine clients and actually converted to give you some profit. So at a high level, if you're a business that gets 60 calls overnight, right? This could be over a week, over a month, however long, whatever that duration is. But let's use a month. 60 calls, of which 24 out of the 60 are genuine calls. And if 12 of those are recovered, 12 are unrecovered, six of those may likely qualify. So out of those 60, six, so let's say 10% qualify. And let's say you're able to close 30% of those people, which is 1.8 persons. And then if the average profit per person is £900 or $900, then in theory, over the month, you could be losing out on $1,620 or £1,620. Now you can extrapolate this number. It depends on how large your business is and the pricing of your service. But this could be £9,000, it could be £16,000, it could be £160. It depends on what your business sells and what your price cards are. But this is not the industry average. This is what's possible depending on how your business receive what calls your business receives. Now, what AI shouldn't do is give false promises as to what's happening. So you don't want to pretend like you're actually in the office. It's worth telling the client that, okay, this is the AI assistant answering the call out of hours to serve you best so that we make sure no customer is left unattended. You can give them more confidence by saying that it's been specifically trained to handle the circumstance of out of hours and provides information from your best information and best knowledge, the best of the industry, the cutting edge, whatever terms you use, but give the caller the comfort of knowing that it's not just some random agent that's plucking information from ChatGPT. You'll be an agent that's getting the information from your business's information, your business's knowledge, your knowledge base, and they'll be able to tell from the way the dialogue goes. And that dialogue can be for SMS, WhatsApp, phone calls, or whatever channel you choose to use. And also have a clear escalation path. So if the AI doesn't understand the conversation or what's going on, make sure you have something in place to route that traffic or that phone call to a human to pick up. And if it's an emergency, then also have a path for the AI to route that information or that transaction to. So don't ask too many questions because every question costs you money. It costs the caller time. So think about that. Be respectful of their time and of your business's money. So any agency that's building this type of solution for you should be factoring all these things in as part of the assessment of your business, and track everything, track, so that you know if it's actually useful or giving you any returns. So one thing I would like to say is, if you don't know yet if this type of solution will work for your business or not, the best thing to do is to assess what's happened over the last month. So check how many calls came in and how many went. If you don't track that, start tracking it. How many were after hours and how many of those potentially you could have called back, or even right now, how many of those you actually called back? Do you just shut the door at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and then that's it? Whatever happens overnight is fine. Yes, that could be okay for your business, but there is research that shows that if someone tries a phone number and doesn't get picked up immediately, they go on to the next business. So that could be your business, and you don't actually have to spend too much money putting this system in place. Just put it in place one time and then it works continuously. So think about that for your business. And once you've gotten all of these numbers in place, then think about whether it's worth put in a system to handle those calls overnight. And think about the customer experience as well. A lot of businesses want to make sure that their clients are satisfied and are happy to come back each time, knowing that you actually care a lot more about them than the average business owner. So think about the times, think about what it takes to put this in place. But that's it for this video. My name is Ua. I am the founder of Autori .ai. We're an AI agency. We help businesses deploy automations such as what I've talked about here. And we help businesses save money, save a lot of money actually, and reduce costs and increase their revenue. And we can do that. So do feel free to reach out to me and I'll be sure to assist you. Until next time, keep winning.